a table I built. There's a LED power supply, wall wart, and a remote control for some LED side lit signs I'm working on with my laser engraver. Silver, or the white and black press right there, is a coffee mug press. I do sublimation printing on coffee mugs. It's a Fusion IQ heat press for pressing t-shirts, heat transfer vinyl, sublimation printing on t-shirts, all kind of stuff. Way back in the background you can see a pressure pot that I use for casting acrylic blanks for the pens that I make. That's kind of one of my new hobbies too. That's the computer I use for editing videos and for designing graphics for t-shirts and whatever. And this is my new pride and joy. This is a 40-watt laser I use for laser engraving. This is the lathe that I use for turning pens. Right now it's got a head on it that I use to clamp the pen blanks into, and then the tailstock has a drill bit, and I drill the hole through the center of the pen blanks. You may say, what's a pen blank? Let me show you. Pen blanks come in many flavors, and it's basically just a block of wood. This particular blank is mesquite, and that's what it looks like when we start. After the hole is drilled through the middle of the blank, a tube's inserted, we cut it to the correct length for the pen we're working on. Then there's another rod that replaces this. We slide it over the pen with the correct size bushings for the pen we're going to be making, and then we use this as a lathe, and we turn this down until it matches the size of the bushing, and then it's the correct diameter for the pen we're making. One of the other popular flavors, so to speak, is an acrylic blank. These acrylic blanks, this one has acrylic in multiple colors, and it also has wood. So we call it a hybrid because it's acrylic and wood. And that makes a real pretty pen. I'm working on a pen right now that has a laser inlay blank. Not sure if it's going to focus very well, but you can see it's a piano keyboard with the black and the white keys inlaid into a basswood blank that's been dyed black. Once I turn this down and put a finish on it, it'll look real nice, and it's going to go onto a music pen which has a lot of metal engraving and stuff. I'll show you all a picture of that in a future video when I finish it. I also have, this is called a label blank, or this is Jimmy Cricket. I can't make these for sale because Disney has Jimmy the Cricket copyrighted, but this one is for my wife. The way we make these is we print the label, and then if you can see in there, there's a brass tube. We wrap their label around the brass tube, then we cast it into acrylic. In this case, it's an acrylic called, or an epoxy called Liquid Diamonds. And once it hardens, we take it out, we turn it down with a lathe to the correct diameter for the pen, following the same procedure I talked about before. And then we assemble it into a pen kit. That's going to be pretty cool. Over here you can see a bunch more blanks. I need to clean the bench up, obviously. This is a press that we use to assemble the pens. The lever pushes this part over into that part. The pen is between them, and a lot of the pieces need to be pressed together, and that's what we use that for. Last thing we'll take a quick look at is this disc sander combination belt sander. That's about it. Lots of spare parts and smaller tools and stuff like that, but that's the majority of what I use for my new hobbies. So that's where I've been when I'm not making cooking videos.